Hey everybody, I'm sure you can tell that today I'm coming at you with a new kind of video. Today is not a makeup video, today is a hair video. So some people requested a video based off of my last, most recently posted review, and they asked how I did my hair and to show them, and so I am here to try my best to do so. Again, never done this before, so hopefully goes okay. So today I'm going to talk about my new favorite thing ever. And it is a, unfortunately, very expensive hair tool. It is the Dyson Airwrap. So the Airwrap comes in a couple different kinds of sets with, it can be like a smoothing kind of set for people with various different kinds of hair, whether it's like thin or thick and unruly. I went for the Dyson Complete, and the reason why I did that is because the price difference between getting a set that was, for one particular kind of hair versus another, I think it was not significant. Like it was like $50, something like that. When you're already paying so much, like I wanted the whole set to be able to do all the different things. So it came with all the different attachments, and again, I'm sure that this is not the first review you're looking at around this product, but I'm going to go over all the attachments with you, the kind of case it comes in, and I'm also going to try and show you some styling to the best of my ability. I'm not a pro, so this is a very like layman's person attempt to style my hair on camera. But anyway, let's get started. So the Dyson Complete comes in a case like so. It comes in a couple different colors now, I believe. The color that I got my Dyson in was an iron fuchsia. I think it also comes in like a silver and purple, which is a bit darker all over. But yeah, I think that one comes in a black case. This one comes, the iron fuchsia comes in a brown case. It's pretty heavy. I didn't expect it to be so heavy. And this is sort of how the sizing it is relative to my face. I thought it was going to come in a bigger size. It's not crazy. I mean, it's big, but it's not insane. But it's heavy. And so an important kind of piece to know there. Inside it has some different like subdivisions. Like for example, the Dyson itself sits in this kind of tray that sits on top, and there are different sections for different attachments. It's pretty deep, and it also comes with a little filter cleaning brush, which is quite nice because it allows for you to really get in there and clean out your filter when you need to. Moving on to the body of the product. Oh, actually, in addition to that, it comes with like a mat that you can like lay on your counter, and then you put your Dyson on there when you're using it, not using it, just so it doesn't slip off the counter. So that's nice as well. It was a good thought that they had. Moving on to the body. So the body looks like so. It's pretty light. I'd say lighter than my other like regular hair dryer, and really easy to like manage and hold. Yeah. Again, I've already said I love this product, so I will just be singing its praises today. So let's go over the different attachments. So first we have, that was my cat jumping onto the printer. Let's start with this one here. So this is, I believe, the smoothing brush meant for like thinner hair, and so it's intended to add volume while also smoothing. That's this brush. I'm going to go over how I use each of them later. This is the smoothing brush. It's a more firm brush. So while we see this guy here, I'm going to just show you, actually I'll show you this way. They're kind of bending. You see, there's more flexibility here. This guy, less so. You can see they kind of stay in their spot a little bit more. So they're more firm, no rounded tips like this one here. So this is for really smoothing out and kind of almost like straightening without the full-on like pin straight look, and that's the use of this one. Then we have a round brush, sort of like when you want to do like a blowout here, and then we have the dryer head, and then our curling barrels are 40 millimeter and our 30 millimeter. And as again, I'm sure that you already know, if you're here, you've probably looked at this before, but there are two of each size. They go in different directions so that when you're curling your hair, you can kind of direct guide which direction the curls are going. So if you're kind of doing it this way, your curls are going to go around the barrel in this fashion, and it's going to roll away from your face. Whereas if you're doing it here this way, you will see that they'll come in towards your face instead. So the hair will wrap around this way. Typically, I think it's recommended to curl your hair away from your face, just so it's like opening up rather than kind of closing in on your face. So that's what we're going to do today. I am going to use the curling ones just to show you what's up. And I'm also going to time it, I think, if I can figure out how to do that, just to tell you how long it takes. Going into how I use each of these attachments. So I find that this works really, really well for smoothing my hair. This is my almost like my go-to daily. It's fast. It's faster than drying my hair and then going through and trying to straighten it or make it look somewhat, you know, presentable. Much, much faster. I love this attachment. It is the best. This attachment, again, I didn't know I was going to use this much because, again, it's intended for finer hair with not much volume. I have a ton of volume. I've got thick hair. And so I didn't think I was going to use this much. But what this is amazing for is if you do your hair with this and then you go to bed, the next morning, you know, your hair kind of looks like, you know, it's just like it's straight-ish hair. But if you use this, and sometimes too, like when you're sleeping, if you're like a little sweaty or something like that, hair can kink in weird directions, and you know, you're sleeping, you're wild and free while you're sleeping. And so when you wake up and if you use this, it just makes your hair look unbelievable. It gives it this light, like fluffiness, this bounciness. It re-smooths everything. Again, you're not damaging your hair with heat because that's the whole intention of this tool, is to not damage your hair with heat. And so this is like second day hair magic. This one here, I do use when I want like a more rounded blowout look. And it doesn't give you a curl, but it gives you like a nice wave. And I tend to use this and then like roll my hair, curl my hair at the bottom, do a cold shot afterwards, and then it just has like a nice wave at the end. It's kind of like voluminous with like a thing. Okay, that's that one. And then, as you know, smaller barrel, tighter curls. Larger barrel, looser curls, more of like a soft wave with this guy, especially if you kind of comb out the curls afterwards. Whereas you're gonna get more like a little bit more ringlety, but again, they drop. So it doesn't end up looking like ringlety, it just looks like curly hair versus a wavy, bodacious hair. So today we're gonna be using these guys here, as well as this to just kind of dry off the hair. I'm also gonna be using some products. So these aren't like fancy new products, they're just like tried and true. First, we have the Bumble and Bumble All Style Blow Dry. It's heat protective for fine or healthy hair. So if you haven't colored your hair a ton, something like that, this should be fine for you. I also really like this Neem Plant Silk Serum. It's called Healing Strength. It was $35 at Zenkai if you're looking to purchase it. Again, it is intended to help against like UV rays and protect from heat, but it also makes your hair silky and magical as well. So takes the frizz down. Okay, so we're gonna dive in. I'm not sure how this is gonna go. If you have any questions about anything, just shoot one down below. Happy to answer any questions that you have about my experience. Love to hear yours as well. And if you have any tips or anything like that, love to hear it. But we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna try our best today. So here is my wet hair. And we're going to start off by giving it a rough dry with this guy. Oops. So this one's a little bit deceiving because the pretty pink side is not the side that blows air. It is the other side, this guy here. So that should be in the front. And you can see here we have fan settings and then temperature settings. And this is our on and off. And then if you push up, you get a cold shot. So we're gonna go full heat, full power, and we're just gonna start. And I will say here that predominantly we're trying to dry our roots just so that it's kind of smooth up top. And then we're also trying to take a bit of dampness out of the hair. We don't want it to be too wet because the hair will not get picked up in the barrels, and we don't want it too dry because then the curl won't hold. So it's kind of finding that happy medium in between those two, the dry and the wet. People say 80% dry. Which I think is good. You kind of want it, you know, to be damp-ish. And this is not going to look like that long because my hair initially was dry and I sprayed it down to make it wet. Out of the shower, this rough dry would take longer. Right now, it's not going to look like it takes long, but again, I just sprayed it down to make it wet, so it's going to dry faster. and I realized I forgot to put these products in, and I'm going to tell you why. I put them in before I initially had my hair dried. So when I wet it down, I'm not going to put them in again. I think it's going to look heavy if I do that. So just know that I put these in earlier before it naturally dried. And so now that I re-wet it, I think that they're still in there. So use these, and I have used them. I didn't use them just now. That is why. Okay, so I think we're at a place where we're, you can see there's a little bit of wetness still in the hair. And again, this is a wet to dry styler, and so you don't want it to be completely dry. This is my natural luscious hair. Look at that. It's getting a little crazy, lion-y. So this is the point where we're gonna go ahead and separate it into its sections. So what I like to do is, I bought these on Amazon. I would not recommend them because they suck. And they're really cheap. I'm gonna probably go about investing in some better ones soon. But anyway, alligator clips are great. So I would say invest in some if you want to section your hair and whatnot. But I'd say avoid like the cheap Amazon version. Go for something that's a little bit more, metal ones perhaps, ones with really good reviews. Ask around, but I do not have a good recommendation for you around those. So I take the crown, which is just this, just this portion right here, and throw it up in a clip. Now I'm going to take 2 sections on either side that are about yay thickness. Again, I'm going to spin them, put them up. Okay, and then same thing on this side. And then I'm going to take a little, so we have the top, we have the 2 sides, and there's a little section in the back that kind of goes in the same area of this. I'm going to take that, throw that in a little bun as well, and then we are going to start. Okie dokie. So, in order to remove the attachment head, you just put that down, pop this up, it's all good. We are going to start, I guess, with this side. So you want to look at your barrels, and they should be in the mirror. They should be going away from your face. And that's how you know you're going to be having curls that go outward. So we are going to start with the back and work our way forward. So I'm going to talk through a couple of these, and I'm going to just attempt to fast forward the video, and I'm just going to be silent while I finish the rest. All right, so you can see here that the hair is going to curl out. It's going to go this way around the barrel. So the hair is going to have to be in front like so. So you're supposed to aim to have the hair hit the arrows. So we're going to do. Come on. Now we're going to do a cold shot. And off. And voila. Hair is curled. I've seen a lot of videos of people doing this online, and they tend to leave it on while they take the barrel out, and that's just going to mess up your curl. And I hate watching it. It bothers me so much. I just want to go in there and like shake the person and be like, turn it off. So if you get this, turn it off before you remove the tool. Just switch to cold shot. And down. And then last one on this side. And I think I'll probably try and speed the video up so you're not here forever. Okay, so you can see these curls are large. They're like very kind of, they really are voluminous. I'm gonna go ahead and switch barrels, do this side, and I'm just gonna speed through the rest of this so you can see it happen. If there's any comments I need to make, I'm gonna slow it down there and just share what I need to share. But yeah, I'll see you on the other side of this, and I'll give you my thoughts and kind of last tidbits. And yeah, that's it. Okay, so that fluffiness that you see and the hair flying away is a good indication that the hair is too dry. So that would be a point where you need to wet it down a bit more, and reattempt. Okay, so I'll pause here just to make a couple of notes. A couple of things. One, just so you know, this is a tool intended to not style by using really, really high heat. If that makes you think that it's not hot, that is false. It is hot. So it does spew out hot air, which does feel hot on the scalp and hot on the ears. So something to be mindful of is, yes, it does not use as high heat as something like a hot, like, a curling wand. But it is still hot. So it is healthier for your hair, but it still can be a little uncomfortable. So just be mindful that, like, sometimes you see me kind of pulling the wand away and back. It's because it's getting hot on my scalp, so be mindful of that. The second thing I want to mention is that you can see little fuzzies come in up here. Now that I've noticed that in styling with this hot tool. I think that is something that's unique with this. It doesn't really happen in with a curling iron. That being said, typically when I get to this very top piece, I don't notice that as much, and all of it tends to drop. So even those little fuzzies kind of just drop down when I start using products to kind of like, run my fingers through my hair, everything kind of settles. So yes, that feels problematic right now. At the end of it, I don't think you'll notice it. Let's see. And yeah, let's keep going. We're almost done. We're at the, we've hit like 15 minutes. It's been 15 minutes since I started curling. You can see here it looks very curly Sue. It's not going to stay like that. Don't you worry. You can see here it's already dropping and becoming just this like thing. So I'm going to put that back here. We're going to finish off with this very small portion we have, the crown. And I'm going to roll just like horizontally, almost like you'd put hot rollers in. I'm going to roll them that way. And we'll be done. I'm going to kind of run my fingers through my hair just to show you the final look and put some oils in there. And we will see how it looks at the very, very end. All right. So I'm going to take my fingers and run them through my hair. Okay, so I'm back with the finished look. I took a couple of minutes between finishing the actual styling to let the curls kind of settle down a little bit, to put a little bit of oil in my hair, and to kind of, show you what the hair would look like when I leave the house. And so, I mean, I love this item. I use all the attachments. It's easy. It took me 20 minutes altogether to finish the actual like curling, which is so quick. So much quicker than it would have been for me with a curling iron, because curling irons freak me out. I always burn myself, and so I'm a little bit more slow and cautious with them. I'm always putting it down, and I don't know. It's just a much longer process for me when I actually use a curling iron. With this, it's efficient, it's effective, it gives me the look that I want, it gives me lots of body. My hair is healthy because I'm not burning it to shreds. And yeah, I just love this product. So before I had this product, what I would do to style my hair is I would either straighten it, because that's fast and efficient and it would last me for some time, or I'd throw it in a bun. And so for me, this absolutely is a game changer. It allows me to do so much more with my hair, so much more with my looks. And I adore it. Now it's expensive. It's $6.99 Canadian for the complete set before tax. And I think that the sets with fewer attachments are like $6.50. So for me, I would say, from my perspective, I would say go for the complete, because you get so much more out of it. But if you wanted to save some money, $6.50, that's absolutely a good way to go too. What else can I say? You might have noticed, I'm not sure I mentioned this earlier, but you might have noticed that sometimes my hair was kind of falling down off the barrel. There are longer barrels for sale now. I haven't tried them yet, but I'm curious about them. I think that my hair is so long that it's like on the cusp of needing the longer barrel. So obviously it works with this. It's just a little bit less efficient. It's a little bit messier to kind of shove the hair back on top, but it works. So right now I'm happy with it. I'm not planning to invest more into it just yet. This is kind of a new product for me. But yeah, so I would say absolutely, like, if you're thinking about it, go for it because it is the best. And I hope this video was helpful in showing you how to style your hair and get this look. Again, just as, you know, a little refresher, I did curl everything backwards away from my face. And when I get to this portion here, the kind of the crown all the way down, where you would have like a mohawk, I curl with the barrel like so. So that they're going straight, and it gives me extra volume on the top. If you have any questions, if you want to share any thoughts or tips, anything like that, please feel free. The next video that I film is going to be a dewy makeup look because somebody requested that, and I will absolutely get on that. But yeah, that's my video. Thank you so much for watching. Like, comment, subscribe if you care to, and I'll see you in the next one. Thanks, guys. Bye-bye.